Alright, hi everybody. Sorry, just making sure the settings look pretty good. How are you all doing? I can't believe that this is the 14th broadcast already. Like, isn't that crazy? Feels like we only just started these. Alright, cool. Looks like everything's coming in. For those of you who haven't joined a live stream before, the format that I'm going to try to adhere to is that I'll read the username, and then I'll read their question or their comment, and then I'll respond to it. And disclaimer right off the bat, if I mispronounce your name or butcher your username somehow, it is totally unintentional. I'm sorry. If you correct me, I'll try to remember it. Otherwise, well, cross my fingers that it doesn't, that it's not poor. Okay, well, let's take a look at the comments. Oh, by the way, if I have a gap in conversation, that's generally because, well, I'm trying to keep track of all the comments. I'm usually pretty good about monitoring that, but, you know, bear with me. Alright, let's see. Dustin Stoner, doing great. Sad my second USPSA shoot is so far away. I know that feel. Jeff Eames. Anyone use a Springfield XDM40? Looking at it, saw that it's made in Croatia, lol. I've shot a lot of XD pistols. I've shot the XDM, but just 9mm. I haven't shot any of the 40s yet. And I haven't had any reliability issues. I have the XDS-9 and XDS-45, the little compact models, and those seem to work out really well. Despite, you know, being made in Croatia, it doesn't seem to have a real impact on quality. Let's see. Jeff Eames shared your stream on Facebook, Des. Well, thank you. I know it's kind of a long conversation, but I like having the hour and a half because it gives more people the opportunity to try to maybe, if they're busy, catch in some part of the conversation and then tune back out when they need to go tend to whatever it is. That it makes it a teeny bit better for people who are like overseas and not in good old Wisconsin like me to try to join in on some of the convo. Yankee Marshall, I have both the XDS-9 and the XDS-45. How do you like them? Do you have a preference? Del Reed, I've been having this problem lately. My gun wish list is growing exponentially and my income is not. Bummer. Yeah, I know that sentiment. It seems like every time I check off a particular firearm from my like do want wish list, I end up finding 3 more to replace it. Kenneth A. Fuller, there is a proposal in Illinois that would tax guns 20% and ammo 50% more. Youch! Well, I had thought that Illinois had made a little bit of progress getting concealed carry out of the way, but perhaps that's a backlash from the anti-gunners in the state. That's unfortunate. I hope that doesn't make it through. Cross your fingers, huh? Friedrich Bonneman, hi Des, bought ammo from the Bass Pro Shop today. Love their motto, fishermen, hunters, and all other liars welcome. That's cute. I didn't realize that was their motto. Yankee Marshall, they are both fine. I prefer how the 9mm shoots, but the XDS-45 is more unique. As far as comparing the two together, I mean, they're awfully similar, equivalent in dimension, but I'd have to agree with you that the 9mm seems to shoot a little nicer, a little less recoil. Although both definitely manageable. I carry both, depending on the circumstances. Colleen Barnett. Hey, Joe. Hi, Colleen. Welcome to the chat. Handgun Newbie. Found a place in Wisconsin yet to shoot steel? I have been searching with no luck. There are some private places that I found that are a little bit more welcoming, but then you have to have a membership there. And I have one place that I might be able to shoot some steel, but it's again like private. The people who own them seem to be a little bit more willing to work with people in general. It all depends on who owns the land, you know. wouldn't it be great if I just had, like, some land of my own where I could put up whatever I wanted? I think that's kind of the ideal that we all wish we had. There might be something out there. I'd have to keep my eye out for it. Colleen Barnett, hi Destiny. So sorry we weren't able to get together this weekend. I was so pumped about seeing you. Yeah, I'm sorry. We had some insane car troubles this past week. It has been really stressful, but it seems to be resolved for now, at least. At least we're back. Those are done. Yankee Marshall just bought the most ridiculous gun ever. About 15 minutes ago. What did you get? Sometimes those like fun novelty type firearms purchases are like the guns that I enjoy the most. Oh, by the way, Colleen, we did end up getting our camera back. We just had to drive around for about, like, was it 3 or 4 hours out of the way to get it? But that is safe and sound now. Okay, let's get caught up on some comments here. Polish Pistolero. Hello, Des. How's your cowboy gear coming? Actually, I have something kind of cowboy-like for show and tell today. Does this look familiar? It's not mine, but I get to use it for a little bit. I absolutely love this thing. How cool is that? I'm betting some of you recognize it. So let's hear some firearms names. Who are the gun gurus in here? Alright, I'm going to put that down and I'm going to look through comments here. Jade, what happened to your camera? Well, it's kind of a long story. And I put it somewhere. Somebody thought they were being nice and moved it to try to put it out of the way. I didn't realize that they had moved it. So then I forgot it and had to go and get it back. So that was kind of, it was silly. It could have been prevented if I just would have been more aware of what I was doing and thinking about, oh, okay, let's keep track of all my camera gear. But, oh well, nothing happened to it. I got it and everything. Colleen Barnett, praise God you got it. We couldn't have a missing camera because we all wait impatiently for your vids. I would have been distraught, to say in the least, especially because it's just silly to forget my own camera. So, we're having a bunch of people vote Schofield, which I think that's the way to pronounce it. I haven't heard anyone call it a Schofield, or I don't know how else you would say it, but yes, it is a Schofield. It's the Uberti, like, copy of it, the Uberti make, but still. I mean, it shoots the same, looks essentially the same, except for the marking that, like, it says Schofield on one side and then Uberti on the other. But depending on how much I like it, I might be looking for one for cowboy action. I like that how it ejects with this motion. It pops the casings out, and I bet that would be really handy for single action. Although I don't know if that's allowed. So first, I'd have to check the rule book. It's in 45 long Colt, by the way, for those of you asking. Polish Pistolero, that Schofield is sweet. I'm fond of it so far. I would like to do some more like thorough review on it and produce some videos, so kind of keep your eye out. Jesse Vanderhayden, thanks to your vid and Nate's vid/article on AR builds, I think I'm going to start a build with a Reaper lower. Oh, that's cool. I'm sure Devin will be really pleased. He's a really nice guy. I had so much fun shooting and just hanging out. I mean, making videos is great too, but I found a lot of people in the firearms industry are just really down to earth and we get along. Not just because we happen to also enjoy the shooting sports, but that is definitely a bonus. Colleen Barnett, Dave wants to know if you got the package he sent. I got it just today, actually. I have it with me.
Didn't want to show it.
But I didn't want to show it without, your permission or anything. But so far, pretty excited about it. Dmitry Volkov, that SBR looked like a good fit for you, Des. Did you get to shoot it? I did. I put a couple magazines through it. I like SBRs just because I have these tiny little TRX arms, and it's so convenient to not have to reach out way super far away to hold on to a rifle. I mean, I'm not the tiniest of chicks, but I'm not exactly dude-sized. Rifles are a lot of times made with more dudes in mind. Alright, let's look back through some comments. Nate Schultz, I am kind of humbled that he's using my guide, Blush. I told you it was a good guide. Actually, I don't know if I said anything about it, but I totally published the last bit of it yesterday because I kind of got excited. So if any of you are working on some AR-15 builds, specifically the AR-15 lower portions from your own do-it-yourself perspective, Nate has some fabulous articles on thearmsguide.com, so pop over and check them out. Peter Duffy, seen you pulled on your big girl pants and challenged the Plinkster at 22 shooting. That was all in good fun. He is a lot of fun to just be around. So all of that, joking around on camera, that was totally unscripted and just, well, man, we had fun. We had a lot of fun, and he is just as good of a shot as it looks. It's very impressive to watch him. To watch him shoot in person and actually pull off those crazy trick shots. And he's so humble about it, too. He's like, well, I just shoot a lot, and, sometimes I get lucky. It's more than luck. He definitely knows what he's doing. Getting caught back up. Jamie Allen, I've been thinking about getting a new Vaquero. Not sure which would be better, 45 long Colt or just 357. What I saw at the match that I shot was a lot of people who shot the 45 long Colt reloaded their own ammo, and so they reloaded it to kind of the a 38 in pressure thereabouts. So it was still pretty easy on the recoil, for the lack of a better way of saying it. But I also talked with some people who recommended if you're starting out, just because it's kind of an expensive sport to get into. I mean, you need 2 of the handguns, you need a shotgun, you need a lever action, and they all need to be in the right calibers. But if you start off with 357s, you can load 38s, and it's just plain cheaper. That's probably where I'm going to go. But handgun newbie, last week I asked you about 9mm guns. I decided on the M&P you mentioned. It's good. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Nate Schultz, please let Dad of Destiny know that there will be a surprise arriving either today or tomorrow. Grim. Excellent. Mwah. Alright. Dmitry Volkov. Nate, you did an outstanding job with that article series. Helped me a lot. Yeah, I have some great writers on the Arms Guide. No, seriously though, I'm really happy to have brought the people together that we have. And just recently introduced a couple of new authors. Well, one of them's been introduced and the other one will be introduced this week. So keep your eye out on the Arms Guide. And more people have been mentioning to me that they're really interested in contributing, so we may be even growing from here. How exciting is that? I'm excited anyway. I think it's pretty cool. I love what I do with the Arms Guide, so it's so wonderful to see that other people like the articles, whether I'm writing them or the friends who join me in our writing crew are writing. It's wonderful. One of the biggest things that I like about the site is the fact that it's from everyday gunner's perspective. And so I get to geek out with my other friends. Nate Schultz, go on, brush your shoulders off. You know it. Handgun newbie. Which brings me to my next point, Kydex holsters. Which one, and what makes a good Kydex holster? I end up preferring leather-backed holsters, like the Crossbreed or like the Aegis Armory holster. What is that one called? The Shield, I believe it's called. And the reason for me that I prefer those leather-backed holsters is because the leather ends up giving so much more of a custom fit. So for Kydex, I guess the big kick would be making sure, or the big points that are important would be making sure that it fits your gun well. I kind of prefer if they're adjustable. At least the Kydex holsters that I use for competition are adjustable, so I can make sure the retention fits just the way I want it to fit. But the angle is, I think, the second most important. The angle for draw. And for a female, I mean, we have, let's say, so this is my stomach, and this is my back. There's that little curve in the small of the back. If a holster sits just upward, straight up and down in the pants, the grip pokes out like crazy, and it just prints really, really poorly. But if the holster has a bit of a cant towards the small of the back, that seems to allow the grip to hide into my body's natural curves. I can't speak from a male's perspective, seeing as how I don't have those parts, but those are two of the most important things that I look for when I'm considering a Kydex holster. And because I have a hard time getting the balance between those 2 points that works just right for me, I haven't started wearing one. Although I've tried out, I don't know, 4, 6 maybe, somewhere in there. But I know they work really well for some people, especially people who can find that perfect cant for them. Peter Duffy. In New Jersey, the most popular holster is a steel box with 3 padlocks and surrounded by an electric fence. Womp womp. Yankee Marshall. I have those parts. I keep them in a box under my bed. Is that where we start hearing the like music from Psycho playing in the background? Dun-dum. Oh, that's Jaws. That would be just as scary, though.
I can't believe you made the sound for Jaws.
I did make the sound for Jaws. Because I don't know how to make the... You know what? Jaws works too.
You know, like that.
At least I didn't go and do the... what is it? Jason. I guess I need to watch some more horror movies lately. I've been too busy watching action movies. I'm sorry. It's Scott Messino. Jaws fail. I know, right? Hey, at least I called it right away. I didn't need somebody to tell me. That's okay. I don't mind making fun of myself. I'm not perfect. And this is how you know. This is totally unscripted. So if I get to make a goofball of myself and show you all that I'm silly, well, that's okay. Axel Trekker. Hey, do you like surplus bolt-action rifles? I may or may not have some, like, breeding Mosins, because every time I get one, I turn around and there seem to be more of them. So yes, I would say so. I really like them. Nate Schultz. This is a serious question that I would like input on. If your employer stated that, quote, we know you are into guns and that makes a lot of people nervous, end quote, how would you react to that? That is an excellent question. Let me think about that one for a second. I've had a little bit of experience with people who are aware that I make YouTube videos even, but I don't talk about it ever on with my upper management for any people I've worked for. That is up until I got hired to write. I think what I would do in that position though is tell them that I was a collector, because collectors aren't dangerous. And it's at that point it turns a firearm into like a stamp collection, and it seems more mundane, and it's not really a lie either, because I do collect firearms personally from my standpoint. Sometimes I get guns just because I like them and I want to own them, and it doesn't have a specific self-defense or tactical reason or purpose rather. Colleen Barnett, Nate, try offering them a free class in handgun safety and handling. Maybe they'll find a new love and end up allies. I did get the opportunity to do something like that with one of the places I was working. One of my managers knew that I worked with guns, and she asked me to take her, or to teach her how to handle a gun. And that was really exciting. I mean, it took a little bit of convincing to get her to that point, but she walked into the range being terrified of firearms. Well, first I trained her, I had her come over to my house, and we went over gun safety and all that. You know, I don't believe in having somebody show up cold at the range. Especially if you have the opportunity to teach them firearm safety. I mean, that's pretty important. More important than going hot at the range itself. But anyway, I'm rambling. I took her to the range. She shot a few rounds, and then she couldn't stop. We ended up buying like 2 more boxes of ammo while we were there, and she fell in love with it. I love having that opportunity. Polish Pistolero. Hey Des, I know you are busy this Saturday, but there is a zombie shoot in Ripon. You would be greeted with a lot of respect. Oh, that sounds like fun. You know I love zombies. I think you're right though. What is the date of Saturday? I don't know, I need like my cell phone. I don't know that I will be able to go. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'll be able to go and drive out there.
It's the 31st of August.
Yeah. So, don't expect me there. I'd like to be able to go, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. Daniel Goss. If I wanted to send you pics of my builds, where would I send them to? Facebook is good. I have a lot of people who share them like on my timeline or the wall or whatever it's called. I'm not so good at like keeping up to date with the social networking as it changes, but I do like having it because it's so convenient to be able to keep in touch with my friends or people who watch my YouTube videos and stuff. Or well, you could email them to me, fateofdestiny@gmail.com. Yankee Marshall, how come she gets respect and all I get is dirty looks and things thrown at me? Well, you did just say you had body parts under your bed. Just saying. Steve L., have you built an AR-15 Destiny? I call it a build because it's a custom rifle, but I haven't built yet. I haven't yet built a rifle in the sense of like the do-it-yourself gunsmithing like Nate Schultz wrote about in his series on it. But now that I have a little bit more experience and more exposure to AR-15s and how they work, and I've had some time to develop preferences, I'm definitely planning on a like build, an actual, not just snap an upper to a lower and a buttstock on there kind of build, but like a real custom bit with trigger and all the works. Nate Schultz, did you happen to see my most recent video with my wife shooting the AR like a boss? I'm so proud of how far she has come, considering she had never shot a gun when we met. That is totally awesome. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll have to go look at it. I really love watching people share the shooting sports with other people and getting them excited about it. Or at least helping to dispel some of the fears that are often attached to firearms for those who haven't grown up in the gun community. Brendan Bourne, good to see another Aussie here. I've decided I need to move. Alessio Baldi, what about Tim Dest? How is he doing? Busy. The Bang Switch is really coming along. His website, that is really coming along. And so now he is just like twice as busy as he was before, between writing articles, which he writes a lot of, and I think he has a couple of gigs writing for a couple of gun magazines as well. I don't recall them off the top of my head, but I'm sure if you hit up his Facebook, he could clarify. But he definitely stays busy. Grant Dana, have you ever concealed carry a full-size pistol like the Beretta PX4 Storm in 40 cal? I have not shot I haven't shot or carried the PX440 cal, but I do often carry full-size pistols. I a lot of times carry a Kimbersys Pro 1911, and that's, you know, about yay big. And then I've also shot or carry often my Beretta M9, which is basically the 92 FS. Just a couple of aesthetic things that are different, and then the sights are different.
They're talking about the zombie Tim.
Oh, I was talking about the zombie Tim. LOL. Oh, yes, he and I have a range date, but for right now, we're just hanging out, watching horror movies. He doesn't like the zombie ones very much. He says they're really not accurate, but I tell him not to be so sensitive. I guess I'm not a very good friend. All right, Tim, why don't you come chill out? All right. Okay, let's get caught back up. I'm sorry, that was fun. Scott Messino, have you shot 45 grain HD ammo in your Daniel Defense? I was wondering about that stuff and your thoughts, pro/con. No, I haven't tried that yet. I'll have to keep that in mind. I haven't. Sometimes with 223 or 556, it's still sometimes slim pickings. I pick up whatever's around. I can get it, but there's not always a guarantee that I can get something specific. I might have to go and, I don't know, get on some waiting list online or something, but I'll look into that. Oh man, I always, this question is so difficult. Axel Trekker, when you only could have one gun, which would it be? I suppose, one handgun or one rifle? Or just one gun, period? I guess, jeez, that's really hard. If I have to pick one handgun, I'd go with the CZ75 BD, or maybe the BD Police, because the capacity is decent, the ergonomics are fantastic, it's accurate, more accurate than my Beretta, which is why I really want one. But I can shoot it well, comfortably, and it's something that I would be totally okay to carry. Just need to go get myself one. And as far as rifles go, I suppose either my AR or my AK-74. I mean, what I love about my AK-74 is that it is durable as heck, and that the ammo is relatively available. I've never really had a hard time finding 545 by 39. And, you know, it gets the job of poking holes in things as well as I can shoot. But the thing about the AR-15 is it's nice to be able to kind of customize it to whatever the task is at hand. So I guess I didn't really narrow it down to one. But if I just have to pick one gun ever, I'd go with the CZ75. Just because I shoot more handgun than I do long gun. Although my answer would really have to depend on what the circumstance was. Nate Schultz, Destiny, I am so sorry, but Ammo is being pretty persistent. He wants Ares to know, he says, "Sup, bruh?" I'm sure Ares would respond in kind if he weren't unconscious. He's passed out in the other room, as per usual. But he just ate a little bit ago, and he has a habit of getting massively, massively hyper right after he eats, and then an hour later he's just poof, hit the deck. Kind of like him when he's sleepy like that, though. I get a lot more work done. Let's get caught up here, looking through some comments. Scott Messino, 45 grain Hornady for indoors or 55 ball. Anything heavier than that, and it's going through walls big time. I would love to be able to do some ammo testing. Seriously, I need to find a range that will let me do that. But so far, any range officer I've talked to, they're like, no, why don't you just stick with the targets we tell you can shoot? Nate Schultz, I've seen Destiny shoot a handgun firsthand, in person, ... She is an incredible shot. I have made a lot of progress. Just in the last, I've been shooting for a while, but in the last, 2.5, 3 years, since I've been making YouTube videos, I've been able to actually track how much I've developed over time. And it's really neat having that record of my progress. But anytime I start getting like cocky, all I have to do is look at my dad shoot and, well, I get kind of put back in my place. Dustin Stoner, Des, who do you think are the top 3 firearms designers? Personally, I'd choose Browning for 1911, Stoner for the AR-15, and Kalashnikov for the AK-47. I'd have to agree with you on each count, really. If I could choose to go back in time and meet one historical figure out of any person ever, I would want to meet John Moses Browning. He's like a personal hero of sorts just because of how inventive and ingenious he was and how much he accomplished within his lifetime. He really just was a whirlwind within the firearms world. I mean, we're still using his designs today. How crazy is that? Colleen Barnett, we're doing ammo testing in our September KTP Ladies Shooting Club. Ooh, I'll just have to skip on over to Kentucky and visit you. Dmitry Volkov, a 1911 question. If you could have any 1911, what would it be? Nighthawk Custom, probably the AAC. That thing is just insane. It is the most accurate handgun I have shot up to this point. I really wish I could do it. I could do it justice, but even with only a couple boxes through it, I was out shooting more accurately with that gun than with my Kimber, which I have like 10,000 rounds through, and it's one of the guns I carry because I shoot it better than any other handgun I own. That made it really, really difficult for me to give the Nighthawk back to the guy who loaned it to me. But having that trigger time on there definitely made me a believer. It's more expensive than I can really afford, at least for the time being. But no holds barred, that's the guy I'd like. Yankee Marshall, I am nowhere near as good a shot as many of the gun channels, but they don't have my keen fashion sense or smoking body. Hey, if you got it, flaunt it, right, Yankee? Dmitry Volkov, AAC or AAC Recon Des? I just ordered my Wilson Combat CQB Light Rail Lightweight. Now the 2-year wait. Womp womp. That's unfortunate. I haven't shot the Recon, but I would definitely consider it. Any Nighthawk Custom really would be, like, I would not be complaining at all. Nate Schultz. Okay, poll time. If I make an AR-15 SBR, should I go with 223/556 or 300 Blackout? Ooh, that's a great question. I know a lot of people who are quite fond of that 300 Blackout round, but I haven't gotten to shoot any of it yet, so what do you guys think? Anybody here watching? Brendan Bourne, I got to shoot an Heirloom Precision Jason Burton 45 while I was in the USA. OMG, wow. Oh, some answers are coming in. Charger 8924 says 300 AAC Blackout. Curb and Justice says 556. Dmitry Volkov says 556 for sure because 300 Blackout is damn hard to find in bulk. Justin Buck and Polish Pistolero also vote for 556. Scott says 223 because it's more common, easier to come by. Kenneth A. Fuller says 300 AAC Blackout. And Bradley says 556. So it looks like as far as our little live stream conversation goes, which it's not exactly little, we have 79 people watching right now. Thanks, guys. It seems, though, from our poll, that seems to be the preference. Scott Massino says 556, because 300 Black isn't very prevalent yet. For SHTF scenario, you want something you can find. And Eric Kamichik says 243. What a sass. Jamie Allen says 556. Steve Wallace says both. Chris Miller says only go 300 Blackout if you want to suppress it. Jim says 556. That sounds like fun. I need to put a few rounds through that, seriously. Bradley says it's easy enough to do a barrel switch to 300 later. Curb and Justic, my cat is watching with me. That's 80. Nate Schultz, can't suppress in Minnesota. Oh, I forgot about that. That is unfortunate. Suppressors are cool. Modern Gunfighter says 556. Dustin Soner says, build both. I like the way he thinks. Granted, I don't really need an excuse to go ahead and build more guns, but I'm always looking for one. Justin Buck says, heck, make it a double barrel, 556 and 300. Polish Pistolero is putting in a vote for 308. He says that the AR-10 works for him. Help, help, I'm being suppressed! Kerbin Justic. Did you see him repressing me? I may or may not have watched that movie like 8 billion times. Alright, let's get caught up on some more comments. And Scott Messino, the new DDM4 ISP is in 300 black, which is nice. I'd love one. But 300 black for home defense is completely impractical and dangerous. Yeah, I suppose if I got 300 black out, it would just be for the range, which I have a lot of guns that are not for my self-defense or home defense. They are just for me to enjoy putting rounds down range. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Alessio Baldi, are you looking into buying or building your precision rifle? Just a little bit. I definitely want to get into that, but I have some other projects underway that basically, when I get money together, that's what it goes into. I think I would be building, though, not buying. I thought about buying, just like a national match, Armalite or something, but now that I have a little bit more experience with some precision rifle and with more AR, just in general, I'm leaning towards piecing something together that suits my individual preferences. This time I have a water that it's actually the fizzy water that it says it is, and not just me refilling or reusing a water bottle. Nate Schultz, I seriously want my next project to be an SBR. I'll do a tag article on filling out paperwork and etc. Sweet! Excellent! Oh man, that's really, really tasty. That tastes like Gushers. Anybody Gushers? I did as a kid. They're fabulous. We would do trades at lunch with those. They were better than money. Jodine, fizzy for the win! It totally makes it taste better. I'm pretty sure it's science. Dustin Stoner, Armalite, the original! LOL. That is a big part of why I was considering it, honestly. It got some history to it. Tennessee Gunnut 94. Destiny, have you ever shot the FS2000? It is my dream rifle. Oh, I would totally love to. I've handled them at SHOT or at gun shows or stuff like that, but never at the range. I would really like the opportunity to. They're really neat rifles. Born Freeman, why is the Tavor so popular? Well, I think it might be a number of things. I mean, for one, it's the options it has are, well, pretty great as far as being able to customize it with just the stock rifle. You know, switching the bolt over and the ejection port over. But then there's also the fact that it accepts standard AR-15 magazines, and that makes it pretty useful. One of the qualities of it that I like, or one of the features of it that I like especially, is the modularity of it. I mean, yes, I like it because of the left-handed operation, but it's also really easy to take apart, put back together, and even, if you watch, I love military arms, the military arms channel's videos on the Tavor, very thorough, and it just gives you such a great introduction to its benefits. I think it ends up being pretty competitive, and as far as he was telling me, it shoots pretty accurate, or it shoots accurately, and it's reliable. Unfortunately, I don't own one, but if I could afford it, it's definitely on the do-want list, just maybe a little bit further down than some things. Oh, and of course, being a bullpup, the recoil's pretty tame. Not that 5.56 is a pretty massively recoiling round to begin with, but I like bullpups just in general for how maneuverable they are, and having that rifle be so like compact in its reach makes it easier for me to operate it for longer before my puny little arms get tired.
You shot it. What's your perception after shooting it?
My perception after shooting it, I loved it. I thought it handled nicely. It shot well. When I was shooting the Tula 223 through it, it seemed to eject casings a little bit weaker, a little bit closer to my face. So if I owned one, I'd probably just pop the ejection port over to the other side or just shoot hotter ammo through it, because that doesn't seem to be a problem. Colleen Barnett. Jade, Erica could probably shoot a pop gun and make it look interesting, no? Yeah, she does bring something to their videos. Nate Schultz, LOL at Destiny's T-Rex arms impersonation. I've had a lot of practice. I'm vicious, don't worry about it, it's fine. I'm also totally and completely serious, 100% of the time. Jose Sosa, it does the job, LOL. Yeah, I would say so. Speaking of dinosaurs, has anybody seen 22 Plinkster's latest videos? Because he may or may not have a guest in them that you could recognize. Oh, I had an idea, actually. This is kind of something that I want to test out now and then apply it on a larger scale to that 50K giveaway that I have coming up. Okay, here's the scoop. This is what I'd like to do. I'd like to create a Fate of Destiny blitz. So the people involved would basically, I would pick a video to go and visit of maybe one of the YouTubers who supports my channel or just friends. But I'll pick a YouTube user in a video, and then everybody who's involved in the blitz head over to their video and post a comment, either Fate of Destiny sent you or Fate of Destiny Blitz or something. So what do you guys think? Oh my gosh, Yankee Marshall. Erica got really fat lately. Quite a beer gut on her. She should be due like any day now, right? I mean, I don't know. I was kind of off the grid for a while, so if she had her baby, I haven't seen it. I should go talk to her. Anyway, back to the blitz. Pretty easy. I'll pick out a video. You post a comment on it. I like the idea because it helps drive traffic and get some eyeballs onto some great videos. And it should be pretty easy for you guys to do, you know. You don't have to like make anything up like, oh my gosh, best video I've ever seen in the whole entire world. I'm not asking that, but just, you know, go visit. You know what would be really cool is I could pick a video right now and I can read the comments online once they update. Would you guys be down for that? Let me look through your comments. I just want to be able to show other people's support from my channel, you know? I want to build a team here to be able to do that. Alessio Baldi, maybe YouTube will kick us all out for spamming. Nah, that's not how that works. I mean, unless you're posting like 50 comments just yourself, then maybe, but just put one comment. Just FOD Blitz or FOD Send Me or something to that effect. Something nice, short, sweet. Colleen Barnett, she's due next week. I knew it was coming up. She might pop any day now. She looks all baby right about now. But I'm a girl, so I get really excited about that stuff. Jose Sosa, I'm on that team. Justin Buck, yeah, I would do it for you. Joe Dean, YouTube trolls might show up. Yeah, they might, but probably not. And even if they did, it would probably get buried within our comments. So if you haven't stopped by yet, I'd like to let's see which video.
22 Plinkster.
Which one?
The one with you.
There are two of them. Oh no, the watermelon one was didn't have me. Okay, the video by 22 Plinkster. That's 22 Plinkster versus Destiny. go on over to that video, and in the comments, post one comment, either FOD Blitz or FOD send me, something like that. And I'll keep track of the comments, and as they start coming in, I'll read them. All right, ready? Go, go, go! Go comment! Let's start it now. All right, I'm going to go bring up their video so I can read up the comments. Or his video, specifically. All right, going to YouTube. Going to 22 Plinkster. All right, and then going to Plinkster, 22 Plinkster versus Fate of Destiny. Let's check out the comments. Oh, I'm already seeing them. You guys are the best. FOD Blitz, drink. FOD Blitz, FOD Blitz, FOD Blitz. Aha! FOD Blitz. Oh man, I'm totally loving this. See, the premise for me is that we band together to help other YouTubers, help the community. Curb and Justic, don't tell me what to do! You're not my real mom! Okay, I can't multi-browse right now, or my PC will stall right now. I'm not even here to pretend, Mom! I'll just ask nicely, though, if you will please, whenever you can get around to it. Alessio Baldi, done! Hit and run, LOL. Jade, done. Aw, man, you guys are the best. Seriously? Seriously.
That's really cool. That's very cool.
Dude, that is totally awesome.
I like how they're being creative. It's better if they say something different.
Yeah, I agree. I'm liking the creativity in there. It's more entertaining, too.
Say their names, too.
Alright, let's refresh my little window here and see what we get. Oh, holy cow. FOD Blitz, Holes in Dinosaurs by Saturn Sport 8K2. Superfly 2201, FOD Blitz. OFD 223, FOD Blitz. Mr. Junior 510, FOD Blitz for the win. Savage Henry 762, Desty Blitz. And you're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce this because I know like 8 times now I've said it the wrong way and I'm so sorry. But Lutz Mowinski, oh, sorry. FOD Blitz. Peter Lockerbie, FOD Blitz. Jamie Allen, LOL Blitz. 40 Cal Jeeper, FOD ruled you like a boss. FOD Blitz. Alex with 2 X's, 124.93, FOD Blitz. Anthony 51.89, FOD Blitz. Neanderthor 66, FOD Blitz. NSZ 85, FOD Blitz. Dang, guys. You guys, like,
wow,
are poning this like a noob. It's fabulous. Joe Fabit, speaking of babies, my daughter's having a baby as we speak. OMG! Congratulations! That's so exciting! Oh, why are you on the internet? Go. I don't command your attention that much. Joe Fabit, thanks, I'm gonna be a grandpa. Oh, that is so exciting! Congratulations to your whole family. It's crazy. I'm at that age now where all my friends are like getting married and having kids and stuff, and I'm just over here making internet videos. Matthew Jones, it's difficult to think of something clever. Oh, yeah, I know, especially on the spot. Believe me, I've been doing these live streams now for a couple of months, and especially when somebody asks me to like say something in Spanish, I'm always... Okay, let me go check the comments again. Let me get a little refresh.
T-Rex Arms Army.
Okay, let me see here. Great shooting, Plinkster, and yes, FOD sent me. Charger 8921, FOD Blitz. Ken Fuller, FOD Blitz. Mark 381969. FOD Blitz. And Jamie Allen. Kevlar Dinosaurs for the win. ... Blitz. Robert Rodriguez. FOD Blitz. Great vid.
Yankee Marshall.
Scottley Crew 77. FOD Blitz. Schooled by a girl. Keeping Peace 2010. FOD Blitz. Love you both. Del Reed. Fate of Destiny. Blitz. Handgun Newbie. Plink is getting destroyed by the T-Rex Arms Army. Yeah. Bernie84. Am I lost? FOD Blitz. Did you know kangaroos are like deer with T-Rex arms? Dude, they totally are. I saw that in a meme and was entertained. Viking Knight 2012. FOD Blitz. Jim 95's 957T. FOD Blitz. FOD Blitz. Yankee Marshall. I was going to write something clever, but then I realized I'm not very clever. Nice. Oh my gosh. I'd have to say that's pretty much massive success. That's really fabulous.
That was super fun.
Oh, there are more. Modern Gunfighter 1. FOD Blitz. T-Rex Hands. Scott Bartlett. FOD Blitz. Elzetta Design. FOD Blitz. The Manchester Wizard. FOD Blitz, baby. Hell yeah. Aussie Wombat. FOD for the win. Oh, guys. You're freaking awesome. Seriously. Alessio Baldi. Blitzkrieg Destiny. F yeah. Oh, you know it.
Run, little FOD minions. Comment away.
Oh man, you guys are fabulous. Seriously, I have the coolest friends, like, ever in the world. It's science. Alright, let me, refresh again. Don't move! Their vision is based on movement. LOL. CSG Survival. Run, little FOD minions! Comment away! Minions. Okay. That was fun. Nate Schultz. Joe, name her Nate. Do it. Brian Anderson. Any opinion on the JSE 20-inch Wilson Arms 1x9? I've never shot one, so no. Sorry. Jofa Beats. LOL, her name is Ivy. Oh, that's really pretty. Jade. Ivy's a beautiful name. I would have to agree with you on that one. Nate Schultz. Ivy Nathaniel for Beats. I approve. Might get a little bit teasing on that one. Maybe. Okay. By the way, thank you, everybody, for popping over to Plinkster's vid and giving his comment section a little blitzkrieg love. I'm definitely going to hear about that, if not later, if not already. Actually, let's see. I have a comment right here from 22 Plinkster. He says, classic, ... wink.
Was that a text message?
Yeah, I got a text message. Well, I put my phone on silent, so not to be bothered during the video here, but I'd have to say he was a fan. So thank you, everybody. That was a massive success, and I super appreciate you going over and dropping him a couple of comments. Plus, that was really, really entertaining. I was definitely giggling through a good chunk of that. 22 Plink's phone is probably blowing up, says Nate Schultz. Yeah, probably, if he has the, one of those smartphones that's linked up to the internet or whatever, or his email or whatever. Yankee Marshall. Okay, I admit, I did not try hard on the first comment. The ice cream truck was outside, and us fat guys have to prioritize. I don't know, it's like 8 at night over here. You got a late visiting ice cream truck, dude. Jofa Beats. Now, if she would just be born. Daughter in the hospital all day so far. Ooh, ouch. Oh, I'll send a couple of prayers her way. I'm very grateful that I have never had to deal with, the whole pregnancy, labor bit. And mad props to the women who have. OMG.
On Dasher, on Dancer, on Donna, in FOD Blitzen.
Oh, I'm seeing there are a few more comments here on the FOD Blitz. Speedman RC. FOD Blitz! Destiny won the Kevlar T-Rex. Joseph L. Dean. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Donner, and FOD Blitzin! You know it! RDVS87. Can you bring a cooler of beer to the hospital? That would probably make waiting around for kids to pop out a lot less painful. Yankee Marshall. Me either, ... Which is surprising when you consider what a slut I was in college. Oh, Yankee. Born Freeman. What other gun-related YouTube channels, parentheses, lesser known, do you subscribe to? Well, lesser known. I guess I'll have to go check. I mean, you probably already know the bigger channels like Military Arms Channel or Sturmgewehr, if you prefer.
You subscribe to hundreds of them.
I'm subscribed to like hundreds of them, so,
I think you have like 600 channels you're subscribed to.
Probably more than 600. It's probably closer to like 1,000. What generally happens is, I'll have the videos pop up in my feed from the channels to whom I am subscribed, and depending on the thumbnail or how long the video is or what the topic is, I might just pop by a couple of them. And Nick Schultz, and a Z85! I totally watch that channel. I'm totally subscribed to that channel. Nate Schultz, not gonna lie, FOD Blitzin is pretty creative. Chris Miller, one of my USMC buddies had a daughter born this morning. Wow, small world. I guess it's a good day to be popping out some kids. That's pretty cool. Joe, you're totally going to teach your new granddaughter how to shoot when she gets old enough, right? I just saw those little Cricket 22s. They're pretty fabulous. Shocks Rocks. Ice. Hey, Destiny, do you think the SIRT pistol with the green laser is worth the extra 100, or is red sufficient? I think both will really do the trick. I have the one with the green laser and the red laser. For my purposes, though, the red it's sufficient. I guess the green is nice, especially if I'm showing something to a newbie who's never had any firearms experience. It kind of helps to illustrate that, like, trigger control a little bit, but you can really get along without it. Especially for $100. Kerbin Justic. Stand on your head and read this. But I can read upside down. Alessio Baldi. Next step will be a flash mob with all of us dressed like Batman, LOL. Oh my gosh. Best idea ever. If only that weren't, like, massively complicated to try to arrange. It would still be really, really awesome, though. I was kind of a little bit sad, but kind of a little excited at the same time. The other day, I saw somebody wearing the same t-shirt that I have with the cape on it. I mean, I don't know, other people could have gotten it where I got mine. But I was still like, oh, I'm not the coolest only person with a cape. But then I just realized that, oh, somebody else likes Batman like I do. High five. Except they were a complete stranger and they didn't want to high-five me. True story. Jeff Eames, Gushers, yum. Yeah, I totally loved those. Gushers and Fruit by the Foot. That was, like, the stuff. And Fruit Roll-Ups, of course. Those are always awesome. Man, I must have begged my mom, like, must have driven her crazy with how often I asked for those as a kid. Colleen Burnett, I don't have a cool Batman shirt with a cape. We'll totally have to find you one. They are wonderful. I have Batman PJs that have a cape. And then I also have the Batman t-shirt that has a cape. Because that's what cool people do, obviously. And I would know all about that because I'm so cool. Next question! Steve Wallace. I have a cool Walking Dead t-shirt with Rick Grimes and his 357 Magnum Colt Python. Nice. Nice is right. Well, the Colt Python anything. I don't really know about Rick Grimes except that he is a part of the Walking Dead cast. I know. I haven't seen it yet. I really should get around to it. But it's probably going to wait a while, to be honest, just because I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done. Actually, in half an hour when I get done with when the live stream is over, I will be going right back to work. But luckily, I have a job that I totally love, so I can't really complain. Even though it'll probably be a late night, possibly an all-nighter. We'll see how it goes. Yankee Marshall, I am wearing a Batman ring right now. Cool people who like Batman, unite! I need a Batman ring. Every time I see something like Batman memorabilia, I have to go shopping with other people because I will just buy it, and then I will have no money for ammo or guns or anything. I can't help myself when it comes to Batman. I have, like, poor impulse control. Like, oh man, I totally need this Batman watch. It glows in the dark. Claro que sí, lo necesito. But so far, lately, I've been doing pretty well because I have a couple of things that I'm trying to save up for, but, like, I have a couple of pairs of Batman high tops and other little Batman stuff. I just really like it. He's my favorite. I'm sorry. That apology needed to be delivered to my bank, who doesn't appreciate all my Batman spending. Jodine, I'm the same way with guns. Yeah, I'm not very good about that either. Like, I'll be one of those people when I'm saving up for the gun, I'll get just enough to be able to buy it and then pay for the taxes and the background check, and then that's it. That day, I am in the gun store buying it, or ordering it through the FFL if necessary, depending on what I'm getting. Oh, speaking of Batman, I have a question for you guys. Marvel or DC? Personally, although Batman is my favorite, like, if I have to narrow down one superhero, he's my favorite, I definitely like a lot of the Marvel comics. I think I like more Marvel comics than I like DC comics. But DC does have Batman, so just sayin'. Okay, in the meantime, handgun newbie, any tips on hiding weapons from significant others? Haven't thought of how to break the news of another gun to the wifey. That sounds pretty dangerous. Especially, you know, with the whole marriage thing and the... Ooh. Good luck, man. I'm fortunate. I don't have any significant others, so I don't have anybody to, like, justify my purchases to. Which is probably not so fortunate for my bank account, in retrospect. But I get some cool stuff. Yankee Marshall, I have over 25,000 comics in my garage right now. Man, that is geek-tacular. That's awesome. I download comics on my iPad. I've got a little application for it. So I'm very slowly, very gradually working up my collection. Okay, let's review the answers now. Charger8924 says DC. Jim says Marvel. Jodine, DC has the legacy properties that everybody can identify. You show someone a picture of Cable, and they might be like, who's that? Batman and Superman? Not so much. I know who Cable is. Peter Lockerbie. Oh. Hey, Destiny, you said my name, LOL. How much do you pay for a box of 50-22 long rifle over in the States? The last box I bought of 22 long rifle was a box of 555 rounds. That was like, what, like $20? Okay, Modern Gunfighter says DC. Eric Kimichek says DC. Tennessee Gunnut 94. Whoever made X-Men for the win. They're Marvel. Jofa Beats. Grew up reading my dad's 40s DC collection. That's cool. Vintage. Mark Parton. Marvel. Louis V. Oh, that's not a... Okay. RDBS 87. Marvel. I'm Bradley paying for a background check. ... What is this you speak of? That's sassy. Justin Buck says Marvel. Kerbin Justic. I used to have a $100 a week comic book habit. Yeah, it can add up. I mean, especially considering that I like a wide variety of different stories, and I have a bad habit of not just reading one thing at once. I'll read like 5 things at once. So I learned with books and comic books, not that they're a whole lot different, but I really have to keep my spending in check. Where is that? Okay. Scott Messino. I write comic books. That's cool. And Tango Down says, Batman sucks. Go Lobo. Hey, to each their own. I can, you know, not everybody has to love Batman. Although I am Batman, so if you don't love Batman, you don't love me. But that's okay. I don't expect everybody to like me either. I know I have a habit of being off-putting because some people find my enthusiasm over just life and things and stuff in general either intimidating or just weird. But I can't help but to be what I am. Handgun Newbie. Just wish someone would make a good Punisher movie. I liked the guns in the last one, or the most recent one. Those 1911s were pretty sweet. Nate Schultz, how cool would it be to be able to draw like a comic book illustrator? Oh, I know, right? Yankee Marshall, perky people piss me off. That'd probably make you mad then, and I'm not even sorry. Jade, Des, one question. Since you have a 1911, how much did you pay for it? I bought my 1911 used, so I was really fortunate in that aspect. Still spent about $900 or so for it, but it was my very first handgun, so I had been saving up for a long time for it. I think it's worth it, because that's my Kimber there. Tennessee Gunnut 94. Hey, Professor Des, you have 49,919 subs. You're almost there. Well, that's pretty rad. Looks like we're going to be having the giveaway pretty quick then. I'll have to make some announcements soon. Nate Schultz, Dad of Destiny, RPK for Sig Platinum, ... just saying.
It is a nice RPK.
Dad says it is a nice RPK, if you didn't hear that. Jade, okay, just wanted to compare the real steel to my puny soft air 1911. I've seen a lot of really, like, quality 1911s that are durable and accurate and will do just what you need them to do in the, like, 700 to, like, 1100 range. Part of it, I guess, depends on do you want to buy new or used, just like with any gun. Okay. This comment is not relevant to anything, but it was upside down. How do you do that, Kerbin? Scott Messino, Destiny, I'll send you the first-ish PDF tonight or tomorrow to your personal Facebook page. Be sure to check your inbox. It's a rated R horror comedy, so you might want to wear earmuffs. Oh, that's exciting. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what you send me. Chris Miller, I used to want to draw my own comics, but just didn't love it enough to dedicate my time. That's something I found with YouTube. If I didn't love it, I would have been done making videos like 2 years ago. It is so insanely time-consuming for such little payoff. If you don't make videos that you enjoy and make videos because you enjoy making them, it's so easy to burn out. Tango Down. Des, what was your very first pistol? My Kimber Sis Pro 1911. That's the very first handgun that I bought for myself. Since then, I've gotten a couple of guns.
Yeah, you've gotten way too many guns.
Dad says way too many guns. Maybe my bank account thinks it's way too many guns.
That's what I mean.
But I'm pretty sure it's not enough guns. How could I have enough guns? Jade, yeah, but the problem is I live in Germany. It's bloody hard to get a gun there. So I've heard. Bradley, Springfield Mil-Spec Stainless. Love mine immensely. I, like, cut my range teeth on my dad's Springfield 1911 A1 loaded. I still really like that pistol. You can shoot a thawed chicken through it. Like, it does not care. It is not picky on ammo at all. Kerman Justic, I cheat. Fliptext.org. LOL. And Jofa Beats, pop off the keys and put them back on upside down. Well, of course. Why did I think of that? Scott Messino, ever thought about doing a Kickstarter for your channel? No, I mean, I have friends who've used Kickstarter. Like one of my friends and writer for the Arms Guide, Nate Granzo, just did a Kickstarter because his third book,
Maybe the book
I think
you
third book. Yeah, I might do it I might do a Kickstarter for the book that I'm working on right now. I just have to finish it. So that might work for that, but I don't know what I would do for it just for like my channel. Alberton or Alberton? Yes, I think that's it. Alberton Gunner. You can never have too many guns. See, Dad? I can never have too many guns. He says so.
have income for.
Yeah, I kind of need the income for that. But I can dream, dang it. Thor DeShane, should I save for an M1A, my dream rifle, or build an AR-10? Almost as cool. Oh, I don't know. I think AR-10s can be as cool, especially if it's your, specific custom dream, if you will. They could totally be as cool. One thing I like about building a gun versus buying a complete gun is that I can build it piecemeal. And, oh, do I have a couple $100 to go towards X part? Sweet. Bought it. Done. And with how insanely impatient I am, sometimes that works out really nicely for me because then I still get to, be working towards the build of my gun and feel like I get to have, like, a fun purchase once in a while instead of saving forever and then buying the whole thing in a chunk. I still buy guns in both ways, but it's just one of the benefits, I guess, of building. Not to mention the whole customization thing. That's pretty cool. Alright, let me get caught up here. Nate Schultz, Des, what tool/brush do you use to clean the chamber of your AR-15? I have a round, barrel-shaped copper brush for that. I do have a bore snake, though, that I use in conjunction. But no, didn't we get a whole set of them? I think.
Yeah, it came with that.
Dad, I use my dad's gun cleaning set just because it's around the house and it's easy. Just a second. I need to knock some stuff over. Ah, here we are. Getting dry, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Chris Miller, trying to send you a link to my online portfolio, but no way to send a link. ... Send me a link through my email, fateofdestiny@gmail.com. That should work. Works with most things. Oh, that's so much better. Scott Messino, Rambo Barbie is on the way. RDVS87, problem solved. LOL. I would love to see a range officer Barbie or something like that. I think that'd be fabulous. I'm not sure that it would be the best seller, and with the climate that we're in right now, where little kids with Hello Kitty bubble guns are getting interrogated for hours at a time, may not be the safest choice of toys for our current environment, but I'd like to see it. It would be cool, if nothing else. Yankee Marshall, subs are always iffy with me since I tend to piss people off en masse. But I am working on 15 million views. Dude, that is awesome. Aren't you about to hit 50K as well? I think maybe you're a little hard on yourself. I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I get a huge kick out of your material. But congrats, man, that is really awesome. Scott Messino, Spetsnaz Barbie. Dude, yes, definitely that. I saw a comment around here. Here we go. RDVS87. Why don't most girls like guns like you do? I think part of it is a cultural thing. Jade says, I guess because most girls are still afraid of guns. There is definitely there is a sentiment that it is a like a male type of activity, even if they're I'll know girls who are aware of guns, but they kind of lean towards like, my boyfriend does that or whatever, and it's not an interest. So I think part of it is the gender culture is a factor. It's there, and I think another part of it is just people who aren't raised in a firearms in the firearms culture, people who didn't have parents who taught them how to handle a firearm when they were a kid, like my dad did. It's harder for people who don't have that exposure to get into the gun community. And I think that definitely applies to females because there's still a little bit of that like stigma attached to it. But any girl that I've ever brought to the range, my live stream just did something really weird. Okay, well, I hope it's still recording. Any girl that I've ever brought to the range has walked away with a massive grin on their face. Okay, whoa, I'm not sure what happened. It looks like we had some like really bizarre glitch, but it looks like everybody's back now, so technical difficulties. It seems to be back now. Sorry, I didn't like bump anything, so internets are being unfortunate. Jodine, interchangeable bedazzled backstraps and rounds that look like lipstick. Solved. Excellent. Market that, you'll be a millionaire. I do like seeing that there's more attention being paid to the growing female customer base in the firearms industry. I mean, some people do a little bit of it with like pink whatever, which is, it's a start. I like having, I like seeing the Ruger LC380. That pistol was designed with newer shooters and female shooters in mind, specifically in making the slide easier to rack and in making the grip easier to manage and reducing the recoil. So, there's more and more female-friendly gear out there, and I think the more we see firearms industry members addressing that, we're going to see more females being drawn to the industry. But in the meantime, I have a couple of videos about how to get your girl to shoot. So if you have some ladies in your life that you want to introduce to the shooting sports, check out my How to Get Your Lady to Shoot videos. I have 3 of them. And from the feedback that I've gotten thus far, I'm told they're pretty helpful. Actually, I wrote some articles associated with those too on the Arms Guide. Nate Schultz. I'm not sure if it went through before the crash, ... Dest, have you thought about teaching a beginners/safety shooting class at one of your local ranges? Definitely. I have definitely thought about that. My big issue, I guess, is that I want to first go and get my NRA instructor certification, which is just kind of pricey and a little bit time consuming just because I have to go and set aside that time to go to the training and everything. But it is something that I want to do in the near future. I'm very passionate about the shooting sports, as you can tell from my videos and the writing that I do at the Arms Guide and for the Bang Switch. It's a subject that's, I guess, near and dear to me. And I'm also very passionate about teaching, so it seems just kind of logical to me to be able to combine the two. Tango down. Every gal that I've ever taken shooting has loved it. There is something about actually getting there and pulling that trigger when you feel the sensation of the recoil and you can look at your target and see where your rounds hit. It's so rewarding, and that experience transcends gender or culture, and it's just plain fun. Tango down. In your videos, will we be seeing more of Miss Budinsky? Yes, definitely. I have too much fun with that character.
You were talking about that today.
Oh yeah, I was on Bill Frady's Lock and Load radio show just this morning. I guess I could have mentioned that earlier, but it went wonderfully well. I had a wonderful time. Bill Frady is very easy to with whom to conversate, so that was was a great experience. But one of the things he mentioned was the Miss Budinsky character, because he gets a kick out of her. And I have so much material for her. I don't have to look very far. So I will definitely be featuring her in future videos.
I think you should have Miss Budinsky meet Gun Bimbo.
Oh my god, Miss Budinsky meeting Gun Bimbo.
What's that other one you have? The Jersey girl?
Molly. Molly. She's probably my favorite little character that I've invented. She's so much fun.
Or have Molly go against the Budinsky.
Or maybe Molly go against the gun bunny.
Gun Bimbo, you mean?
Yeah, Gun Bimbo. I think it'd be entertaining. That might be something to pursue. I'll have to, I don't know, play with that idea a little bit. Tennessee Gunnut 94. If your girlfriend is a prissy little Barbie type, then teach her to shoot, and teaching her to shoot and be a terrifying experience. I think it depends on how you approach it. The way I approached it with my one friend who was anti-gun was really slowly. I usually spend about an hour or 2 hours going over safety and teaching some basics like grip and trigger pull and sight picture and that kind of thing. But with her, it ended up being closer to 3 or 4 hours getting familiar with the gun. Like, I took it apart so that she could hold the barrel and physically have that piece of the gun and realize that it's safe. It's just an inanimate object. But I think the slow and steady approach and working towards their comfort level is really important. Because if they're stepping outside of their comfort zone to be able to engage in this activity with you, it's definitely going to go down smoother if you're cognizant of that and patient. Patient above all else. Jodine, the United States of Destiny, like Terra, but cooler personalities. Thank you. I'm just a creative person, and I have a lot of fun creating little characters to speak through. Plus, I get to do some silly things, and that just keeps the videos entertaining for me to make, as much as watch them and share them with people. Colleen Barnett, I love teaching the prissy little Barbie types. Watching them come in, worried about their manicure, and leaving, moving off the line of attack, racking slides, shooting moving targets, scanning and assessing. Yeah, see, that's exactly the kind of stuff I'm talking about, is what Colleen is talking about. I am a firm believer that everybody can learn if they just are willing to have that open mind. So, and have somebody who's willing to teach them. Manny Hernandez, how did you learn Spanish? Oh, a couple of ways. My family's Puerto Rican, so we have spoken it in the home, and I learned some of it as a kid, but a lot of the more complicated grammar and the broader vocabulary I learned in school, because I've been studying it in my classes since I was like, I don't know, 2nd grade or something like that. 2nd or 3rd grade, maybe younger. But I was fortunate enough to have educational programs throughout elementary school, throughout middle school, throughout high school, throughout college, where I continued to study Spanish. A lot of my Spanish ends up being more academic than it is colloquial as a consequence of that learning method. But I generally know enough to communicate what I want across. And as long as you're slow enough in your speech to me, I generally understand. Although whenever I go and visit my Puerto Rican family, it is like insane to try to keep track of that. Jade says, hey Des, gotta run. Friend is pulling me into a game. Have fun! I'm really glad that you made it for so much of the chat. I really enjoy having you participating. Rev, still need to get that interview set, Miss Colleen. My bad on it taking so long. Yeah, Colleen, talk with the Rev. It'll be awesome. Bradley, book versus street Spanish, huh? Yeah, I have a lot of friends who, they tease me when they hear me speak Spanish. They told me, I've had a number of people tell me I sound like a textbook because I'm very precise with my pronunciation. Jade, thanks, Des. You're welcome. Thank you. Jose Sosa, bye-bye. Got to see you next week. Bye, Jose. David B, Des, do you carry any form of first aid when you go out shooting? Love the live streams. I'm glad you like them. I always have so much fun.
First aid kit in the car.
Yeah. whenever we shoot, we always, just wherever we're going, we have a first aid kit in the car. And I'm allergic to adhesives, so I can't wear Band-Aids. I get this horrid, like, allergic reaction to them, and it's worse than the cut itself. So I use super glue. So I always have super glue, like, in my purse or just, like, on me or nearby. Because for whatever reason, the chemicals that make super glue adhere don't bother my allergy. But Band-Aids do. I have, like, I have scars even from times where I tried to make a Band-Aid work and not good. So, yeah, I have some first aid accessible. It can never hurt to have more, though. Oh, I just noticed we have, like, shoot, it's more like 3 minutes left. Okay, let me just quick throw out a couple of things then. We mentioned it earlier, but we're going to have the Fate of Destiny channel is going to have its 50,000 subscriber giveaway soon. So if you're interested, what I want to do is get a team together of people to help me support other people's channels, and similar to what we did tonight with the Blitz. So if you're interested in being part of the FOD Blitz, send me a message. PM on Facebook or, well, yeah, Facebook would be the best, but any kind of message. Facebook, YouTube, email. And I'm managing editor for the Arms Guide, so we publish content every day. If you haven't stopped by, check it out. Because if you like the material that I do for YouTube, you'll probably like the material that I do for the Arms Guide. And I have a bunch of fantastic authors who help us contribute, so we have pieces that go live every day. That's thearmsguide.com. Also, I just started writing, or, well, not just started, I have been writing for the last couple of months for thebangswitch.com, and I'm very excited about that. It's still kind of new for me, and I am always open to hear some feedback. So if you haven't checked out my writing yet, head over to thearmsguide.com and The Bang Switch, and let me know what you think, if there's something that you'd rather see from me, or advice, or suggestions, questions, comments, whatever. I'm all ears. As far as YouTube goes, I have a new video coming out every Thursday, and actually I'm starting to release a couple of little extras, for lack of a better word, in between my Thursday videos. Also, the live stream videos, for those of you who couldn't make the whole live stream, or any live stream and you want to catch up afterwards, I'll take the recording of this live stream and I'll pop it up on youtube.com/fateofdestiny so you can check it out.
Is last week's live, or is it going live tonight?
I'm not sure. I would have to check that. I just can't remember. I'd have to go look.
It's probably going to go live tonight if you did.
So if I haven't already put last week's live stream up, check back later tonight, and I will make sure that it's up. And thank you guys for joining this chat with me. I have so much fun. I always start out nervous just because of my social anxiety, and speaking with a group is just like, oh, even though I've had, this is my 14th live stream. But what makes it way easier and tons of fun is having you guys interacting with me. It's wonderful, and I look forward to every live stream. So next week's will be same bat time, same bat channel, 7 p.m. Central Standard, or Central Daylight, which is 8 p.m. Eastern, if that's where you are, at new.livestream.com/fateofdestiny, and you'll find me there. Alright, I have just, oh, shoot, nope, that is it. Our time is up. Thanks again, guys. I will see you on the flip side.